Hi everyone, welcome to SlimChat. It's Tracy, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be informed when there are new videos. Well, hopefully, if YouTube feels like it, you know, sometimes they do, sometimes they really don't. Anyway, I got up really late this morning after thinking I had an intruder around the premises last night, getting Gary to go investigate, all hours. There wasn't any wind sounds, so anything to knock stuff about. So I got a bit freaked out by these noises, and I weren't like freaked out as in, you know, I was just like, Gary, I can hear someone. So off we went to investigate without a weapon. You know, sometimes you just take a bat or something. We don't have one. Used to have at Topaz, where I used to live, at STUBBS Manor. We had a baseball bat, specially for intruders. Never used it, obviously. Never really had an intruder. Well, I did once, but they were just kids messing about. Told you about that before, I think. Maybe on my other channel, perhaps, I don't know. So, movie quote of the day yesterday. Nobody's walking out on this fun. Old-fashioned family Christmas was indeed National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Jane, Clarissa and Paulette, you all got that, so well done, guys. Well done. I think people are finding them a bit hard at the moment, so this one is not at all. Okay, get ready for this. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. You gotta get that. I mean, if you don't get that, you've been living in a box on the moon for the last century. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Ow, that hurt my head. That'll teach me. So, where is it? There it is. I don't account for the furniture, do I, when I'm doing this? Now, I'm not sure. Did I do this one yesterday? Don't think so. Humans keep buying us beds. Miserable small things they place on the floor. They usually expect us to use new ones that smell of shop. And by the time the bed smells right, which takes several months, they take them away to give them to the local rescue centre. Could anything be more maddening? It's true though, isn't it? Oh, here we go again. Oh, lordy. Pussycat in the bed. It's true though, you buy a cat a bed, you place it on the floor by a radiator where you think they're going to be happy, and what do? Ignore it. And ignore it lots. Just never go near it. Or, I've had several beds when I lived at my other house because we had a few cats, and maybe Norris took a shine to this little brown bed, and she would sit by the TV in this little brown bed, and that would be her spot, and she would go to it all the time, and whenever you looked up you'd see Norris curled up in it. Then one day, for argument's sake, Ginge gets in the bed. Norris will go nowhere near it anymore, ever. But Ginge doesn't want it either. So now the bed that was Norris's is nobody because Norris won't go in it, and Ginge says, no, I've already ruined it for Norris, now I don't need it anymore, thank you very much. That used to happen all the time. So I would get the bed and I'd wash it, because obviously sometimes it'd get all hairy and you'd have to do your hoover it off, put it in the washing machine. Nobody goes near it. They're just weird cats. Fluffy, since she's been here, this was her bed underneath the countertop. She slept here all the time. Yarn was always full of like her hair. If I could spin it, it would have made a lovely yarn. But there was always loads of her on the floor. Then she went from here to one of the corners of the front room, hiding behind sofas. She was there for quite a while. Then she went to the other corner, did the same thing. But now she sleeps in the bathroom. She loves the bathroom. At one point it was because we've got these little cubicles like this, but bigger. And she used to get in one of those until I cleared it out completely so she could have it. And then a week later she abandoned that and didn't want it anymore. Then I decided she was sleeping on the top of the cubicles because it's like a unit of 4. and she was sleeping on it, and I thought, well, that's a bit hard, so I folded up a blanket, and she loved that. She slept on it all the time. And then when it got very, very hairy, she decided she didn't want to sleep on it anymore, so I folded it to a cleaner spot, and she slept on it again. And this went on until now the blanket is just a mass of fur, and I can't put it in the washing machine because it will deposit over everything for months. There's no way I can get it off, so I might have to throw that one away and get her a new one. See if she'll sleep on that, because she's now gone to just sleeping next to it. She won't sleep on it. But I have 2 cat beds that I bought her when she first moved in here, and both of them are stuck out in the caravan. Never ever been sat on. One used to be under here because I thought she liked it under there. She'll like the bed. No, don't want the bed. And it wasn't like one of those. It was just a nice flat cushiony with a very slightly raised side. Silky soft fur, lovely and comfy. No, don't want to know. Both of them. Never been slept on. Fickle is what she is. Fickle cat. But much to Gary's annoyance, she's taken to sleeping on the dining room chairs. And of course that means you sit on her fluffs and get your hairy bottom, and he doesn't really like that. He doesn't like her sleeping on anything that's, you know, like that. Yeah. But at my other house, she used to sleep on the back of the sofa. But this one, though, she tries to sleep on the back. It does this and she falls into the sofa. Which, you know, it's not the same. It's not a sturdy back like it used to be. She did used to sleep on the windowsill for a while, but now it's full of Christmas stuff. Full of Christmas ornaments, so there's not a spot left for her. But she used to knock off all of the ornaments, and I did think we was going to have a lot of Christmas casualties, like where she'd knock them all down, but she's not on the windowsill, maybe because it's so cold, I don't know. And, you know, the window is right by the elements, isn't it? It's that cold on the other side, so maybe she just feels like sitting on the windowsill is a bit cold this time of year. Whatever way, I'm glad, because she's not killing my ornaments. So, yeah, cats are fickle. And a mystery, worse than the way that men find women a mystery, is the mystery of the cat and the cat's mind. Did I ever do the front cover? Oh, it just says 100 secret thoughts cats have about humans. Still haven't looked for a replacement book. I must do that today. So yesterday we had steak, and it was absolutely gorgeous, I have to say. And I said to Gary, you know, we were talking afterwards, and I said, it's really weird that when my sense of taste went weird, steak was the worst meat I could eat. It was awful. And the only thing that I could really eat was chicken. And that tasted normal, really. And everything else didn't. Lamb was grim. Pork was evil. Steak was the worst thing in the world. So anything with mince, anything like shepherd's pie, anything mincy, lasagna, couldn't eat it. Spaghetti bolognese, no. It was weird. I could eat just chicken for quite some time. Well, I could eat the stuff, just didn't enjoy it, you know. Didn't really enjoy much, to be honest, even the chicken. And veg was weird. Some vegetables tasted absolutely disgusting. And it's a wonder I didn't lose an absolute ton of weight. But I ate food to stay alive, basically. But over the time, things started to get back to normal. And, you know, lamb is lovely for me now. Pork is okay for me. A bit tasteless, but okay. Well, the one we had recently was tasteless, but others have not been. I can't eat sausage. That's still disgusting. I think it's things that have got high fat content that are really not nice for me. And beef is absolutely gorgeous, but chicken's horrible. Isn't that funny? How before it was all I could eat and it was the only thing that tasted normal. Now everything's returning to normal. Chicken isn't. And chicken used to be one of my favourite things. I still eat it, but it doesn't taste like it used to. It's not disgusting, but it just doesn't taste like it used to. And it's absolutely really weird. Now, the other day when we was at that meal with, you know, Gary's work meal, afterwards they brought around teas and coffees. And I said, oh, no, I can't drink coffee. And when they poured it out, it smelled amazing. And I said, oh. actually, that smells pretty good. So Gary said, would you like to taste it? So I had a taste of his and it was nice. But I didn't have one because of the milk. But the first time, coffee didn't smell absolutely vile to me. It smelled nice like it used to. So, but I still had tea anyway, like black tea. But yeah, so things are getting better. I hope they're not just getting better in time to get bad again, you know, if I get ill or something. Anyway, let's not dwell on the illnesses. But it is weird, isn't it? Things, whatever it was, affected my taste buds. And I know initially it was COVID that affected my taste buds. When I got no sense of taste and smell. Gradually it got better. But it was the jab, the second jab, that meant my taste buds went weird. I mean, very weird. And that's been quite a while now since I had my second jab. When did we have that? May? So yeah, you know, all the way back in May. And it's only just really starting to, where things taste like they used to, but not everything. I hope it does come back. You know what I blame? I blame AstraZeneca. I really do. I think it was a big mistake, us relying so heavily on AstraZeneca. Because I didn't even have a side effect at all with Pfizer, with the booster. Might not have been the same story if I'd had Pfizer all along, but I know deep down I should have insisted, no, I want Pfizer. And if they couldn't give it to me, waited. I mean, it's not like I didn't have any immunity. I'd already had the virus once, so I did have some immunity. And it wasn't, the variants weren't so prevalent. But this, there's, you know, there's keep seeing on the news all these different theories and things about the Omicron, that, you know, it's not as severe an illness. But they can't really tell that yet. We've not, I mean, people catching it, a lot of them are double jabbed because, and they're young, you know, so how do we know? But they do say that being double jabbed doesn't really give you that much immunity from it. Being triple jabbed does. So you got to have your booster. Booster. They think it might be up to 80-something% now if you have your booster. But I wonder if that's if you had Pfizer or if you had Moderna or, you know, who knows. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore, as I said. I think today, I can't think what we've got for dinner. I thought we had pasta, but we ended up having that last night when we were a bit peckish. So I have no idea what we've got for dinner today. I'm not sure if Gary mentioned it. Obviously, since he's been off work, he's been my chef. I do like that, you know. But both of us, even Gary, right, this is a milestone. This is an absolute milestone. Last night, sitting there, Gary said, I can't wait to get on a diet. I thought, whoa, you know, you know, really? Because normally it's me. But he said, you know, oh, as soon as this is over. And I'm thinking, this is my mindset, you know. I was the one who said, let's not go mad. Let's not buy loads of stuff. And then events took over and we ended up with the buffet. And so, but for Gary to say it, I think it's because both of his brothers have mentioned it as well now. And like, oh, you know, you're doing so well, Gary. And, you know, you've got to look after your heart, Gary, and all this sort of stuff. So gradually his mind is changing from, you know, let's just go crazy and be damned, to I can't wait to get back to normal and get on a diet. So, you know, that is a big turnaround, and I can't say I'm not sad about it. You know, I really am over the moon that it's going to be, hopefully, easier. Although, once the Christmas food and drink kick in, that might get pushed back a bit. You never know. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload the video. If you haven't already, over on Rocksteady, I'm doing a little feature called Eat My Shorts, Joke of the Day. And I know I do Joke of the Day over on Crochet Box, but they lend themselves nicely to, oops, Daisy, here I go again. Lend themselves nicely to a little short video. And since I've been doing that, my views have gone right up, which is good. So I'm going to continue with that. So if you haven't seen it already, don't forget to subscribe over there on Rocksteady and give it a little watch. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, Take care. Bye for now, everyone.